Now, as I was saying at the start, tonight's session is on why we set goals. Now, I have had people ask me before, like, because I walk around with a goal card and I'm constantly listening to this, I don't know, visualization tape that I made on my goal. And I've had people ask me before, like, why do you set goals? Why do you focus on it? And I've really thought about that. And I think it really comes down to three specific things in no particular order. But number one, specifically knowing what you want helps you make very important decisions. It's like it puts a lane in front of you. You've got all these options of everything that you can do at any moment. And suddenly, when you have a specific goal in front of you, it closes that lane. And just as a bit of a story, because I'm about to manifest one of my goals this weekend, getting married. I've wanted to get married for a very long time. And one of the things that my coach said to me a few years ago was, you're not very specific about what you want. I'm like, yeah, I want a partner. And she's like, yeah, but what kind of partner? What kind of personality? What kind of life do you want to have with them? What are you actually trying to build? If this was a band, it'd be like, yeah, we're going to play pop, reggae. But you're not going to attract anyone. What do you specifically want? And I had to really think about this. Because I've been in, and I don't know, maybe put your hand up if you've been in relationships that you know in your heart, in hindsight, you shouldn't have been in. Now, put your hand up if you've been in that. Maybe at work, a job, maybe a relationship. But I was always in relationships I shouldn't have been in. And I got very specific. I'm like, I want this kind of person. I want to live in this kind of area. I want to have this kind of lifestyle. I want to have this kind of partnership with a person. I got very specific about it. Now, the first thing that happened was it scared me because I'm like, oh, wow, this really limits it. And this is what is really, really important about this. This is the second thing because, yes, it limits it down. So I dated people I shouldn't have been with. So it made me a lot easier for me to make decisions about who was the right person, who wasn't, very quickly when I'd ask them a few specific questions. But number two, and I think this is the really important thing, it presents you with very specific and meaningful personal and professional development. This is very important. As soon as I realized, yeah, I want this kind of relationship, my coach asked me, well, who do you need to be? And I'm like, oh my God, I need to be someone who's organized. I need to be someone who actually believes they deserve to be loved for who they are. I need to be someone who's confident. I need to be someone who can attract this high value person that I've described. And I had to get to work. I also realized I'm like, yeah, I talk about my exes a little bit too much. I'm hung up on some of them. So I went and did a breakthrough weekend experience that helped me get through all of that process, all that in the weekend. It was fantastic. My coach got me standing in front of a mirror saying, I deserve to be loved for who I am every single day and working on that belief. Why is that true? What am I doing that shows that? There was very specific, and this for you, it could be you wanted the job that you want. You might have to go do a course. You want a relationship, you might have to fix up your finances, or you might have to work on your health and get your body in great order so that you can attract that. Having a specific goal gives you specific work and personal growth that's very meaningful and directed. A lot of people are just doing course after course for no real reason. They're gathering lots of information, but it's not actually important to the life that they want. And what happens when you have this very specific goal and you start working on yourself? Something number three, this is, I think, the most important part, and this is the reward of it. It puts you in absolute harmony with the opportunities, the people, the ideas, the things that are going to help you, the things that maybe you couldn't see before. There's people out there, there's ideas within you, there's resources around you you're not seeing because you're not in harmony with it. As soon as I did this work, I went on the dating apps and I thought to myself, oh my God, this is never going to work. I wrote this specific thing about all these things that I wanted, and something incredible happened. All the people that I've been looking for my entire life in the dating pool came to me. And I asked these girls, because I'm like, this is crazy. Why is this happening? And all of them said the same thing. Your profile was so attractive because you could tell you knew what you wanted and that you were working hard to get it. There's something very attractive, and that's at work as well. That's your boss. Suddenly you decide you want that promotion, you start taking courses. Guess what? People are going to notice. There might be jobs in your industry that you're not even aware of, but because you're at that course working on it, someone says, "Hey, you're in this industry, come work for me." it puts you in the arena, it makes you a very attractive force. So that's why we want very specific goals. One, to make decisions. I went on dates with girls, and on the first or second date, they said, "Oh, yeah, I don't really know if I want kids." That was a thing that I wanted. Normally, I would have stayed in that relationship for 2 years. Had one girl that was like, "Why are we not being together? I don't understand. We make such a great couple. We want, like, I want kids, you don't." She couldn't understand it because why? Because she hadn't done that work to get very specific on what she wanted. So that's why it's really important. So today, what we're going to do, and don't worry, it's not going to be heavy. It's going to be a bit of fun. What we're going to do is we're going to work on, there's a lot of ways that you can achieve a goal, I'll be honest. But what we're going to work on today is one, getting very specific about the details, deciding what it is that you want within it. Number two, and I think this is really important, getting into what I call towards energy. A lot of people think about their goal and all they think about is hard work and sacrifice and difficult things that they have to do. But if we start thinking about why we want it, how it's going to benefit us, and the joy it's going to bring us, it becomes towards energy when you think of your goal. And number three, looking at what committed decisions must be made to move towards it. I think that's very important. So that's what we're going to do today. So just take a moment, if you haven't already, take your notepad and you can sit there, and I want you to just write Mindset Mondays, specific goals. Maybe just write that nice and short, specific goals. And if you have a device, you can do this on your notepad on your phone, or you can also even do it on a Word document. But we're going to jump into it. And just take a moment to take a deep breath. And a deep breath out. And let's jump in. Number one, what would you love to accomplish by the end of 2026? And I want you to write down maybe 2, 3 answers that you really want. And you can answer it by writing, by the end of 2026, I really want. By the end of 2026, I really want. Just take a deep breath if you need to, and just let the answers flow from you. Maybe it's a house. Maybe it's a relationship, to love yourself fully. Maybe it's to run a half marathon. Think about what's important to you. What is it that you want? Look at your life right now. What's important? And just write down what you want, not what you think you should want or what society is telling you. What do you want? Might be to spend more time painting. Could be anything that you want. And once you feel that you've got 2 or 3 answers, just give me a thumbs up, either in an emoji or on screen. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, and Kid. Thanks, Alan. And there's reaction buttons if you want to do a high, like a thumbs up that way. Thanks, Kanmati. Beautiful. Thanks, Vicky. Awesome. Alan, amazing. That's okay. You don't have to achieve them all in 2026. What I want you to do right now is I want you to reread your answers. Have a look at them, and I want you to pick the one that feels more enticing than the others. Important that it feels, not logic. Don't go with the logical left brain. You might write, oh, well, I need money. Or blah. Pick the one that you want, the one that you can feel you want, and just underline it, put a star next to it, whatever you want to do. Just go with what you have, that little impulse inside of you that says, yeah, that one. Beautiful. All right, now this is where we get fun with it. Number two, let's get specific. When you've accomplished your goal, what are the really important aspects of it? And I want you to dot point your answers. You can answer by writing the important specifics of my goal are. The important specifics of my goal are. If it's a relationship, that my partner's into health, that they're kind, that they're working on themselves as well, that they're not hung up on exes, that they're okay with me being the provider. They want to be the provider. Whatever it is for you that feels important, what are the important aspects? If it's a certain income, you can write the important aspects that I enjoy what I do or that it helps you grow. Or maybe it gives you location freedom. What are the important specifics of it for you? If this comes easy to you, that's good. But if it's hard, that's even better. I was in a lot of relationships I shouldn't have been. Why? Because I was not sure on the specifics. I've been in jobs I shouldn't have been in. Why? Because I was not sure on the specifics. I just took what was there, what was available. I didn't ever actively go and get on purpose. If you need to, take a deep breath at any point. Excellent question, Mariah. We are infinite beings, but we are physical beings. Our infinite side wants to do everything our physical body simply cannot. That means that we're living in psychological time rather than the present moment. Forget about what's happened in the past. What's important to you now? If you're coming from that line of thinking, you'll most likely be coming from fear and regret, and that's never a good place to set goals from. Always the best place to set goals from is a place of calm and just being okay with what's happened and just going from here on out. What is it that I want? I want to be a rock star at one point in my life, but I'm not going back. I'm not going to try and record anything ever again. I'll still sing every now and then and enjoy it, but I'm not going back. All right, perfect. Now, number three, I want you to allow yourself to get excited for this achievement and going after the specific. Because most of the time when people write this down, suddenly they start going, oh no, there's so much more work than I needed to, that I wanted it to be. If I'm that specific, who's going to hire me? Who's going to want to date me? Any of the above. And that's okay. So if you're feeling that, that's natural. But number three, allow yourself to get excited for this achievement by writing down why you want it. How will it benefit you and maybe the people in your life? And I want you to dot point your answers. Number three, I really want this goal because. I really want this goal because. And allow yourself to get emotional because I want to be a dad someday. Because I want to look in the mirror and feel proud of the man that I see in front of me. Because my parents are getting older and I want to be able to look after them. I want to be a highly capable man that can look after them as they get into their old age. That's for me. What for you? Why do you want it? Take a deep breath and allow yourself to just speak from within, not logical, go from emotions. You can also think about ways that you want to view yourself. I want to feel successful. I want to feel capable. I want to feel joy. I want to feel excited. Have some fun with it. Just noticing as you're writing how you're feeling a pull towards it. And just noticing that if a friend was telling you at this moment that they wanted a goal and they were saying these reasons, you'd be like, go for it. You got this. You can do this. Obviously, you want it. They'd be pumping you up. And just finish what you're writing down. Whatever it is, perfect. If you want to leave a few lines underneath this to add to later, please feel free to do so. I always love going back and adding a few lines after I've thought about it a little bit more and a few more ideas come to me. Number 4, I want you to right now take this moment and imagine that you're now 100% committed to your goal in what you think about and what you do all day, every day from here on out. You are locked in. You've put the blinders on. You're looking at everything you could do, and now suddenly you're going, no, that's it. That's what I'm putting my focus on, all my effort towards. What would that look like? So, number 4, you can write being 100% committed to my goal means. Being 100% committed to my goal means. And it could be something like Mariah said before. It could be letting go of the past and focusing on what's in front of me right now. Could mean signing up for a course. Could be only going on dates with people you know you're in harmony with. Or it could mean not going on any dates because you're not ready yet and working on yourself to get ready. For me, I had to do that. I had to ask myself, am I really the person who's in harmony with the person I want? No. What's going to happen if I go out there? I'm going to attract someone who's not the right person. I need to get to work. Really feel into this. What would it feel like? What would it mean to be 100% committed to your goal, knowing what you know, trusting yourself? If it's a diet, maybe it means sticking to the diet. If it's a health goal, maybe it's 7 hours of sleep, whatever it is. Just taking a moment to finish up writing whatever you've written down. And again, if you want to leave a few lines to come back and add to this, go for it. Now, again, this can make us feel, oh, we're really far away from our goal again. There's always that push and pull, like getting excited for our goal, realizing how hard it's going to be. I think there's always that push, that yin and yang when it comes to goals. And don't worry, I struggle with it all the time as well. Like, you go on a date and something, you're like, oh, maybe I could turn this person around. You're like, no, that's not how it works. And now, number 5, I truly believe setting and achieving goals is not for what you get, but for the person you become in the process. I am so proud of the man I have had to become to now be marrying my partner, who I manifested on Saturday. Like, it's going to be fantastic, but you know what I'm really looking forward to? Looking at myself in the mirror before I go down the aisle and looking myself in the mirror and being like, well done, man. You did it. You did the hard things. You went through those difficult situations, all the growth, learning to communicate, learning to believe in yourself. Everything you did in this moment has allowed you to be this person. And that's the real gift. Not what you get, but who you become. I've seen people who win the lottery or make a lot of money on their investments. They want to be rich, and guess what? They're still miserable. Why? Because they're still the same person. So, number five, now that you're harmonizing your thinking with your goal and you're committing to the exciting actions towards it, who are you becoming? Have a look at what you've written. Imagine you were fully committed to that. And you can answer this. Number five, being committed to my goals means I am now. Being committed to my goals means I am now. What comes through for me straight away is I am now the man that I've always wanted to be. Get emotional with this, feel into it. Take a deep breath if you need to. Don't go, I am wonderful, I am perfect, and everyone loves me. Go with who you would really be proud to be. Definitely, and Kit. That's auto suggestion. One of the rules of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. One of the 13 principles of success. I was watching the football tonight and watching how some of the best players, whenever they're going to take a kick, they're talking to themselves as they're walking in. Beautiful. All right. And whenever you feel that you're ready or you're finished with your answers, maybe just I'd love to hear from you guys how you went with this journaling before we jump into our visualization slash meditation. In the chat, I'd love for you to just put a few words about how you're feeling right now towards setting and moving towards a goal. Maybe you've already set a goal and you're moving towards it. So how are you feeling right now about having a goal, moving towards it? Maybe feeling excited, focused, disciplined, motivated, maybe even anxious. Tell you what, every time I set a goal, I feel anxious as all hell. Every single time. Got me? I'm feeling focused and positive. Excellent. Okay, I'm feeling a lot more confident and clear on where I'm headed. Excellent. Having that's one of the reasons why I read this goal every day, because the world's coming to distract me. I know it is. Everyone wants my attention. They want me to focus on things I do not care about. The news, social media, they want me to focus on things I do not care about. Having a goal makes me feel focused and decisive. All right. Andrew, I'm motivated, but worried I won't get there soon enough. My thought always is this, Andrea, I don't have anything better to do. If you've got a goal and it's worthwhile, I remember Bob Proctor had this goal that he set in 1970, and it was I wanted to run a company that operates all over the world helping people. In his 88th year, 6 months before he passed, he finally had a webinar that went into every country in the world. He finally accomplished his goal. It took him like 50 years. 50 years. If it's like a worthwhile goal, fantastic. I couldn't think of anything more important than doing what actually I want to be doing. And sometimes it's going to take a while. Sometimes, I wanted to have this relationship in the bag 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It took a little bit longer than I thought, but to tell you what, it was worthwhile. Excellent. Nervous but positive. Love that. No, I'll reach my goal no matter what. Unstoppable. Excellent. Mariah, mixed feelings mostly on how to goal setting, but still a bit anxious that I'll let myself down again. Yes, very important to do goal setting in the right way. If you do want to talk about that, Mariah, please reach out to me because that's one of the most important things I do with clients is help them set the right goals in the right way. Setting and achieving goals is a lot like cooking a cake. Setting a goal is like maybe one step out of eight, but there's a few other things that you also need to get in alignment. Just writing down a goal is every now and then for some people it works and they just kind of get lucky and it just works. And for other people, it's very, very difficult. But if you need help with that, let me know. Alan, scared about the unknown, but I'm determined to push myself. Love that, Alan. Love that. Sue, unsure, but want to work on it as much as I can. Excellent. Love that. All right, guys. My goal is something I need to have sooner than the end of my life, or there's no point reaching it. There's nothing else more worthwhile than working on. Some people never achieve their goal, but it's also about doing something meaningful with your life and making and waking up each day having that thought, I'm working on my goal. I'm working on something worthwhile. We don't always accomplish it, but we get to become someone in that process who is focused, who is determined, who is moving in a meaningful direction. That's what it is. It's not the goal itself that's going to make you happy. It's the person you become. And that happens within a very short period of time once you start moving towards it. You start feeling proud, you start feeling excited, you start feeling energized. That's one of the best things about having a goal. Now, we're going to jump into our visualization slash meditation. So just take a moment to just shake your body, do whatever you need to do. Maybe this was an easy session. Maybe it was a heavy one for you. Just stretch out. Meditating is never fun when you're uncomfortable or you got some weird energy in your body. So just shake it out. And we'll jump into our visualization slash meditation. So just taking a moment to get yourself nice and comfortable. And slowing down the motions, the movement. And getting into a nice comfortable position. Keeping your back nice and straight, shoulders back, head up. With a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel your body arriving into stillness. Feel your mind slowing down. Take another deep breath. Deep breath out. And if you haven't already, you can gently close your eyes. Allowing your mind to focus on my voice. Nothing else other than my voice. Your mind drifts away, just gently bring it back to my voice. Take a deep breath into that. And a deep breath out. We're going to start this meditation off with a round of breathing where we breathe in for 4 seconds through our nose. We hold in stillness for 6 seconds. We breathe out through our mouth for 4 seconds. And then we hold again for 6 seconds. We're going to do 4 rounds of this together. I'm going to guide you. And just in your mind, setting the intention to do your best. No need to be perfect. Just needing to give it your best. And we'll take our first inhale through the nose in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And hold. Breathe out. And hold. 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 Just allow your breathing to return to normal. Just taking a moment to notice how you feel in your body as you breathe, as you're in the stillness, as you feel your mind being nice and clear. Just noticing thoughts coming and going without attaching to them. Beautiful. And I want you to imagine right now that you're stepping into the moment when you have achieved your goal. Take a moment to see a scene in front of you, what's happening around you, maybe who's there. With a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out, arrive into a moment that feels really good where you have achieved your goal. And in this moment, I want you to take a moment to notice the specifics, the things that are really unique about you now, the skills that you have, the place that you're at. If it's a house, noticing how many rooms it has, what it looks like. If it's a relationship, noticing what kind of relationship and what kind of person you've become. Just taking a moment to notice all the specifics of achieving your goal. And in this moment, I want you to focus on what you can hear. Maybe it's some people around you talking to you, congratulating you. Maybe it's your own internal dialogue to yourself, just noticing you've achieved your goal and all its specifics. What are the words, sounds that you can hear? And with a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, I want you to focus on how it feels. You've done everything you needed to get here. All the growth, all the difficult things, all the joy, the passion, the tough choices you made to get here. Just focus on how you feel in this moment. As you're standing there, having achieved your goal, I want you to think back on all the choices you made, the tough decisions, because you had a specific goal in mind and you worked on it. I want you to have a look back from where you are now, having achieved your goal, and just look at all the choices, all the personal growth that you did to get here. As you think about them, take a deep breath into them. A deep breath out. And notice how all the choices, everything you did, feels so worthwhile because of the person that you are now in this moment. Feel a beautiful sense of self-satisfaction, of pride, rising up within you. Take a deep breath into it. A deep breath out. I want you to, in this moment, imagine that you're going to a bathroom and you're now staring at yourself in a mirror. And you're looking at yourself having achieved your goal, having made those tough decisions, step into growth, maybe the courses you did, the books that you've read, the committed decisions, the moves, all the uncomfortableness, all the fear and uncertainty that you stood in, knowing it was for what you wanted. Look at yourself in the mirror and see a beautiful smile on your face. See yourself emanating power. And just noticing how you've become an attractive force to all the good that you want. You are in vibration with it. You are earning it and attracting it because you're in harmony with it. Nobody's given it to you. You've given it to yourself. You've allowed opportunities to come. You've said yes. You've overcome challenges. And just take a deep breath into that beautiful feeling of strength. Deep breath out. Look yourself in the eyes, in the mirror. And in your mind, repeat after me. I love you. I am so proud of you. I always knew you could do it. Thank you for what you've done to be here. And with a big smile on your face, take a deep breath in through your nose, feel your chest expand, feel your body expand upwards, big deep breath, and breathe out with a sigh. See yourself in the mirror, giving yourself a big smile, noticing the radiant, beautiful energy that you're in, feeling it in your body right now. Take another deep breath into it, really enjoy it. Deep breath out. And allow that image of the mirror to disappear, fade away, as you feel yourself coming back into this moment in your body right now. And as you're here, seeing your goal being realized, experiencing how it feels, noticing what you did, I want you to think about from where you are right now, what do you feel inspired to do? And just let the answer come to you. Beautiful. Just letting it be clear and simple. And if you're unsure, that's okay. Just knowing that if you stay in this vibration, the answer will come to you. And with a deep breath in through your nose, deep breath out. Whatever action you feel inspired to do, I want you to, in your mind, to say after me, this I will do. I am thankful I'm in harmony with what I want. I am willing and I am committed. I'm excited and I can't wait to get started. Take a deep breath into it. Feel the power within yourself. Take a deep breath out. Now you can start to invite some motion back into your body. As you come back to where you're seated right now, you can start to move your hands, move your fingers, start to notice the temperature of the room, how your body's feeling. And as you sit here and come back into the space, you can take a deep breath in through your nose, deep breath out, and when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Well done, and welcome back. Amazing work, guys. Well done. Just taking a moment to do anything you need to do. If you need to stretch, if you need to write something down, maybe that was inspired idea that you came up with at the end, just take a moment to do so. I just want to take a moment to also thank you all for being here and for giving this your full attention. And not just for me, but for your own self. Uh, Take a moment to just give yourself a pat on the back. You could have been anywhere, you could have done anything, but you were here tonight, you were committed, you stayed all the way through. Well done. Shows that you're committed to growth and development. So well done to you. Now, I will just, and before we jump into the Q&A slash opportunity to share, just a bit of housekeeping. If you like this session, please, when you go back into Meetup, just give it a review. Any kind of star rating helps. And if you want to tell me what you thought of the session, you can also write a little quick review to say what you liked, what you didn't like. Every review helps us get to more people, and I love doing this. So yeah, we've been going for 3.5 years, so I'd like to keep it going. And the more people that come, if you guys keep showing up, I'll keep doing it, basically. The other thing is every week we do a challenge in our WhatsApp group around the topic. So we'll be doing some journaling around this each week. So if you want to join that, I'm going to put a link in the group chat. And if you also want to help out with paying the meetup fees, they are like $15 a week. So if you want to chip in something small, please don't feel like you have to, but if you want to, you can. And there's another link too if you want to give an anonymous review of maybe some feedback about some things you'd like to see changed or improved. That would be amazing. I don't think that these sessions are absolutely perfect. I know there's room for improvement. I know I can make them better. So if you've got some ideas on how that could happen, I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a moment to just turn it over to you guys and give you guys an opportunity to share either a question, a takeaway, something that you experienced relevant to this topic, or share an insight. I'd love for you guys to also keep it specific to this topic of setting goals. I know that sometimes we can go, and sometimes that's really helpful, but I'd love to keep it focused on this. This is a big part of what setting goals does. It keeps you focused on what's really important rather than going off into the weeds. Now, the way I do this is I always ask people to unmute themselves and I go with the people who've got the cameras on first. So, first up, we will have Andrea and then we will have Vicky. So, Andrea, would you like to unmute yourself and share either a question, a takeaway, or an insight?
Uh, I'm not really sure if I had any insights or whatever. Maybe I chose the wrong thing for a goal or something, but it's the thing I want to try and get done. The trouble is, I've been trying to do it not particularly successfully for a few years, so
Okay,
it's
it might be a good chance now to take a step back and have a look at your goal and ask yourself honestly, what is working and what isn't? There's a saying I love, which is you can't do the wrong thing long enough to ever succeed. And a lot of the time, if you're not succeeding in the way that you want to, the only thing it shows is that your plan might be needing tweaking. And sometimes it's not a big change, but sometimes it's just a little one.
I
Um,
think it's been being tweaked on and off, and think I'm sort of finally getting a bit of a go. I mean, it's been happening, but it's a long thing. It's been the fact that I have been trying to clean up the mess in my house from kind of, and I ended up going through a heap of stress and stuff like that, and getting diagnosed autistic and ADHD and stuff, and then
yeah.
went on ADHD medication, and instead of helping me, it just sent me my anxiety through the roof, and I ended up my
Yeah.
hoarding tendencies became full blown hoarding.
I would go back
Um,
again to asking yourself what's working and what's not.
yeah,
And
yeah,
also in that situation, refocusing on clarifying the goal, making sure it's very, very specific so you'll know when you succeed at it. So write out, I
yeah.
would make it a daily practice to revisit that. I do this every day because I know there's going to be distractions and things that keep me off track. So ask
I've just
yourself,
never
write down the
been.
goal and then say, what is going to be really helpful if I keep going towards, and what's going to be unhelpful if I do towards this goal. And then just leave it with there. Anything else is overthinking. It's probably going to overcomplicate it and make it more stressful.
Yeah, I mean,
Beautiful.
yeah. There's. I think my problem is there's a lot of stress around everything already,
Hmm.
and I've had some help that hasn't necessarily been the best. Some has, some hasn't, and some's varies, and so it's just a big long process. So I don't know whether I maybe chose the wrong thing to work on that, or maybe I need to choose littler ones or something. But
Again, having a goal is great. It's also about coming up with the process that works for you for goal achieving. That's so I
yeah,
would go back to straight away what you're saying. I would be looking at what's working, what's not, and just become aware of that, and then see how you go with that. It's always a process, Andrea. You'll never know how to accomplish your goal until you actually do it.
uh, yeah.
I
I
thought
mean,
I knew how
yeah,
to get into a relationship my whole life, and I never knew until I actually did it at the end.
hmm, yeah. The weird thing was doing the meditation thing. Some of it felt good, but I also had this really weird sort of feeling that I don't know whether it was anxiety or quite what because of it's
Lots of
been
things will
going
come
on
up.
for. Oh
Lots of
yes,
things, yeah. And that's the beautiful thing. Going after your goal will give you the experiences of life that you are probably more worthwhile. Like, and some of it is anxiety, some of it is fear, some of it is
yeah,
doubt. So you just got to take the good with the
yeah.
bad. But
Well,
well done. Thanks
think a
for
lot of the
sharing,
thing.
Andrea.
I
We
think a
might,
lot
yeah,
of the
might have to
things
move
I'm
on.
doing. I think a
Yeah,
lot of
sorry,
what
because we've
I'm
got a lot
doing.
of people on here.
Yeah, I think a lot of what I'm doing towards my goals not so much growing, and a lot of what other things I'm still doing in between is growing. So it's a bit weird. But
Yeah, that's all right.
that's
Just
just
keep
me.
doing what you're doing, Andrea.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got Vicky. Vicky, and then we've got Sue.
Hi, David. I've got a question for you. Um, how do you know how big to set your goals? Your the tasks in your goals. Because I know that you've said, baby steps sort of thing, but I have trouble breaking the goal back into steps and so on. Because yeah, I never know quite how small or big. Do you have any guidance on that?
Yes. So there's two schools of thought on this. When you set a goal, number one, you have to obviously live with the ideal but not neglect the practical. And what I mean by that is there's going to be things that you want to do towards your goal and things that are also going to work. So it's a, a job of finding the sweet spot in between those things. For instance, if I want to get to a certain weight, I want to eat cheeseburgers and hamburgers, but that's probably not going to be what's going to get me there. So I have to be really honest, like what kind of diet would I like to have that's going to help me get there? What diet are other people saying are working for me? Then I always think it's kind of, there's two things to it. The first thing, after I've done that and I've got like an idea of what is actually necessary, so I've got like a theory or a plan, from then, number one, getting emotionally connected to the goal in a positive way. It's very hard to move towards a goal when you feel anxious about it, you feel scared by it, you feel not in harmony with it. You almost feel like you want to complain, like you wake up and you feel that I have to, oh my God, I should. As soon as you feel that, that means that you're no longer in harmony with it. So you want to start thinking about why you're grateful that you have that goal, what it's going to give you, what it's going to feel like when you move towards it, how you're going to feel about yourself. So thinking positively or having positive energy towards your goal is very important. Then after that, just breaking it down into whatever steps look good for you. Just having like something that looks like a little bit of a timeline. And for me, when I wanted to become a coach, it was like, okay, I need to learn how to be a coach. Then I need to learn how to run an online business. Then I need to market. Then I need to be able to sell. Then I need to develop a course. Um, Looking at that as a big thing of I want to be this successful coach was very, very difficult. But I broke it down and go, what's the first thing? the first thing is I need to learn how to coach people. There's no point to me worrying about how I'm going to market myself or how I'm going to, make YouTube videos or anything. That's just completely unnecessary worrying. I need to figure out what I need to focus on first. For you, with your goal, just ask yourself, what's the first thing that needs to be in alignment? And if it's a health one, it could be getting 7 hours sleep, and you just stick at that until you get it. That's all you need to do. There's nothing else to do. If you identify that as something, and sometimes, like my coaching course, it's going to take you 6 months. I didn't have to
Mm.
do anything other than that. It's when we start saying, well, I should be doing that and should be sending messages and marketing. I should be getting up at 7. First things first. And then just be really kind to yourself in that process. I know it sounds probably like a lot, but for me, goal setting and achieving it is like a process. And it's just about finding what's going to work for you. Now, hopefully that was
Thank you.
helpful. How do you feel about that,
That's
Vicky?
that's good. That's good because I've got a health goal,
Hmm.
and what you mentioned fits in with that. Yeah, not to take on too much. I've solved my sleep goal issues, but now really
Celebrate
I'm
that. That's,
it's
high five
wonderful.
that. High five that. High five the camera, Vicky. That's awesome.
It is. It's absolutely fabulous. But now I need to focus on another goal with my health and be really specific with it. Now I realize that now. I was a bit stuck because I just thought there's all this massive stuff I could
Yeah,
do.
you can't do everything. You've got to
No,
really just pick one thing and just
no,
put blinders on. If your goal is
yeah,
your sleep,
yeah.
everything's about
Okay.
sleep. If your goal is the next step in your health journey, everything is about that. The books that you read, anything you listen to, I find that's really, really important. When I was doing
Yes.
my coaching thing, I stopped listening to and reading other books, and all I was reading was my coaching manual. So it's very, very important that whatever you're focused on gets your full attention. Because if your attention is varied, it's going to be very, very difficult. And I know it sounds like a have to, but it's an exciting thing. Like
Yeah.
that's how you're going to get your goal, and that's really cool.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
No worries,
Thank you very
Vicky.
much.
Next up, we have Sue, and then we have Diana. So Sue, do you want to unmute yourself? Share either a question, a takeaway, or an insight on the topic.
Yes. From the previous conversation that you mentioned, like being kind to yourself, it hits me because that's what I actually um feeling this week because like this week I to achieve one of the goals I I did something out of that. But I mean like to achieve that goal, it's not directly supportive, but I have to do it. And it was a very like um hard thing to do. And I actually like I was just like, always like I can do it. But then at there it's actually break me to a point that I completely shut down myself at the situations I was facing, and I completely forgot like why I actually even did that. Because like there was like okay, because there's like some sort of things that I want to achieve. The reason what that I go to there and then doing things like that. But I completely forgot about why I actually being there and trying to do accomplish like certain task. And even though like before that I know that okay, this is actually ultimately not to win this in this situation. It is actually just to be there to
Yeah.
observe it and to learn something from it from the experience. That's all. And then I completely forget about when I actually get there, and then I couldn't stand myself that I wasn't able to perform well enough to my expectation.
Sue,
Um,
take a moment now. Take a moment. You're doing awesome. Like, hear the energy in what you're just saying there. It's all coming from this place of wanting to be awesome, and you're doing it. All your thoughts are about how do I get better? Everything you just said there is about that. That's awesome. Take a moment to celebrate that. You're doing awesome. Even the thing that was a distraction, you went after it like crazy, like, wow, that's awesome.
yeah.
I want you to just take a moment and I want you to tell me 3 reasons that you're proud of yourself right now.
um, I was selected even though I wasn't expected, and then I was learning things that I completely outside of my knowledge. Even though
That's
it's
number
not,
one. That's awesome. Yep. You
yeah.
learned some new things. You're proud that you learned some new things. What else?
I I still stand until end of the event or like situations, even though
Amazing. You got staying
like
power. You got willpower. You're strong.
yep.
Perfect. What's one other thing? What else are you proud of yourself for right now?
I think I push myself that even though I can still like yeah, I think I don't know. I thought like I completely shut down, but also I think that I can't push myself anymore. Yeah.
Beautiful. I want you to, after tonight's call, Sue, go look yourself in the mirror and just say to yourself at least 5 to 10 times, I love you. I'm proud of you. Just look yourself right in the eye. Get nice and close. Look at yourself right in the eye and say, I love you. I'm proud of you. 5 times into each eye. So make eye contact with one eye. I love you. I'm proud of you. Make contact with the other eye. I love you. I'm proud of you. And take a few deep breaths because you're doing really well. You're trying really, really hard. And I can see it. I can see the force that you've got within you that's wanting to get there. And it's a beautiful thing that you're trying so hard. Just take that moment to appreciate how hard you're trying. And just take a few deep breaths into it and just see how it feels to sit with you. How does that sound to you, Sue?
Yeah, sounds good.
Amazing. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for being so vulnerable and sharing with us, Sue. You're doing really well. You're trying really hard, and that's really to be commended.
Thank you.
And just notice how it feels when you say, I love you, I'm proud of you. You'll probably feel the weight come off. You'll also maybe feel a little bit tired to stop the pushing. And that's okay. All right, beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Sue. And if you do need to reach out and have a chat to me, please send us a message on Meetup. As you guys know, I am a coach, and I tell you what, I absolutely love what I do. I love helping people, and obviously this is a good chance to share a little bit. But going for an hour, getting really deep into it, coming up with some tools and stuff is what I absolutely froth doing. So yeah, if you do want to reach out, please let me know.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
I was actually preparing like the way you wanna do it so that I can back myself up.
Excellent, Sue. Love it. Love it. All right. Next up, we've got Diana, and then we've got Mariah. Go for it, Diana.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm just trying to find my face, but I can't find my face.
Oh my God, that's an interesting challenge to have, Diana. I don't think we've had that one before.
Last week I didn't talk because I couldn't find the mute button, unmute.
Oh,
Um,
perfect. That's all right.
so last
You've
week I had my
succeeded.
face, but I couldn't find the volume, and then I turned off my face without no. This is
That's all
all
right.
new to me.
That's good.
With goal setting, I find it extremely hard. I'm 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 with Zara, and this whole 3 weeks passing, we've been trying to set our goals, and most of the students in my class have done 50, 70%. And in 3 weeks, we have to do a 2 minute, 3 minute presentation. I'm still at the 20% level because I keep changing my goals.
Yes, that's one thing that happens when you keep changing your goals is you keep moving around. Remember with the goal, and this is very interesting, within a goal, it's very important to choose one and start moving towards it. And again, it's not about the goal itself, it's about the person you become in the process. The first goal that I set, it wasn't until I moved very far towards it that I realized it wasn't the right one. And that was actually a win in itself because all the growth that I had, I built consistency, I built discipline in the process. All the things that you learn pursuing one goal, you can actively apply them to the next goal. The first goal I had was to become a musician, and I worked on it for years. And a lot of the things I learned in that, I've now transitioned into my other goals. Like I've got this microphone, I've got the audio visual setup. I learned all that through pursuing that. So there's no really wrong goals unless they're set from ego. Any goal that you feel is something you want, you move towards it, you learn and grow in the process, and that's never wasted. You can take that on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So just take that moment to be decisive and just say, this is the one goal that feels right to me right now. And also, when you're making this choice, make sure you're relaxed and calm and you're not making it out of fear. Make sure
Yes,
it's
I seem
out of
to
something
have
that you want.
anxiety grows worse and worse each time I
Then
sit down and
make sure you get nice and relaxed and just sit with that question. Close your eyes and just sit with it. Whatever comes up, what do I really want? And just let it flow. You can even just sit there, journal on it. What I really want is, and just write a whole page. That was one of the first things because I was very anxious when I first met my coach. I was diagnosed with bipolar, depression, and insomnia, and I was on 5 different prescriptions just to go to sleep. And one of the first things that my coach got me to write down was just write out everything you want. Just free journal it, just let it all out. And I wrote down, I want to work in a job where it's fun. I want to feel like I've got energy. I want to be in this kind of relationship. I just kept writing about what I want. And what happens is when you start focusing on what you do want, you stop focusing on your anxieties. You actually provide yourself a space for 20 minutes or 15 or 5 or 10 minutes, whatever it is, to be focused on what you want. A lot of people can't hear what they want because they're focused on what they don't want and everything that's going on around them. To be able to figure out what you want, you have to give it energy. You have to focus on it in a way that is calm and exciting and fun so that you can actually uncover it.
yeah,
Beautiful. So sit with that. Maybe
yeah,
after tonight's call, and this is the thing, if you're serious about wanting to find your goal, sit down for 15 minutes and just write what I want is and just let it all out and do that for 5 days straight, or maybe 2 days or 3 days, and then pick the thing that feels the best to you. And that's the best you can do right now, Diana. And that's all you can do.
yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
Thanks for coming,
Okay.
Diana. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
No
Yes.
worries. All
And
right, next.
yeah,
Yep.
thank you. Because I somehow the goal setting initially was fun and adventurous and exciting, and then it's becoming like a nightmare, becoming
Yeah,
negative.
because you start focusing on what needs to be done and how scary that is. It's like if you think about what you want and then you focus on what needs to happen, you're going to procrastinate and get very, very anxious and everything in the process. What people who achieve their goals do is they set the goal and then they give love and gratitude to what needs to happen along the way. The people who feel very hesitant and have a way energy start catastrophizing, worrying, and doubting and getting very in their heads about it. The way that you do it is select the goal, get excited about it, write down why you want it, what it's going to give you, how amazing it's going to feel when you get there, all the growth you're going to have, the person you're going to get to become. When you focus on that, you feel towards energy. When you focus on everything that you need to do and how hard it is and difficult, and you complain about the goal and how challenged you are and all the problems you have, you're in away energy, which means you're going to pull away from it. You're either in towards energy or away from energy. That's what we're always doing. When it comes to our goal, we're in towards or away. And we have to notice if I'm in a way, why? Probably because I'm complaining about it. Probably because I'm focusing on how hard and difficult it's going to be. How do I get in towards energy? Celebrate it. Feel grateful for it. Think about what it's going to give me, how amazing I'm going to feel. That's the real secret there. All
Yeah.
right, perfect. Thanks for sharing there, Diana.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No worries. Next up, we have Mariah. Then we have Sheeny. Go
Hello.
for, go for it, Mariah.
Um, Thank you for another great session. I thought the meditation was particularly powerful, made me quite emotional.
Good.
And it's good
Hopefully.
because I find it hard to visualize sometimes, but I was able to do it this time. But yeah, just I'm feeling a lot of fear because I feel myself slipping.
With that
Slipping.
visualization, Mariah, I
Yeah.
want you to just, for a moment, I want you to just close your eyes
Yeah.
and I want you to tell me, can you see what your room looks like? The room that you
Like
live in?
in the future or
No, right
my
now. Can you see the room that you live in? Can you see what your bedroom looks like?
yeah.
Yep. Can you see what your fridge looks like?
Yes.
Can you see what the outside of your house looks like?
Yes, but I'm not sure how it's supposed to look. It doesn't look
Yeah, no,
so
no.
clear.
Just focusing on how your house is now, what your fridge looks like now.
Mm.
You have a good imagination because you could see those things. They're not in front of you right now, you're imagining them. What's happening is you don't have a good imagination just yet at seeing what you want. It's a skill, it's a muscle. It's literally one of Bob Proctor talked about this. If you want to have a look at some of his work on this, he talks about how we have 6 mental muscles and imagination is one of them. And just like any muscle, it's either weak or it's strong. So for instance, if I lift weights with my right arm every day for like a year and I put my left arm in a sling, what's going to happen? My right arm's going to get very strong and very powerful. What's going to happen to my left arm? It's going to deteriorate to the point where I can't even lift my arm.
Yeah.
It's not that we have a bad memory, we have a bad imagination or bad willpower or not the ability to see things from other perspective. We just have a weak one because we're not exercising it. If you want to be able to see it, you've got to sit there and practice it and strengthen the ability. Like
Yeah.
for me, at first, when I first did all this, I couldn't see crap. I'll be honest. I could not see a relationship. All I could see was the pain I was in, the difficulties, the challenges. Sitting down and visualizing what a perfect day would look like in my life, I had no idea. I couldn't see anything. Now, right now, if you ask me to sit down, I could see it. I can see my alarm going off at 3:30 in the morning. I can see myself going downstairs, getting dressed in my gym gear. I can see myself looking in the mirror. I can see myself being 92 kilos, how I'm going to look, how I'm going to feel, my skin, what it looks like. I can see the bike that I'm going to ride to the gym. I can see how I'm going to work out, who's there with me. I can see myself coming back, jumping in a cold plunge. I can see myself doing all those things so clearly that I know, and my mind is now saying, oh, that's going to happen. You've either got a weak memory, imagination, or a strong one. So if you want to do some work, I highly recommend just 5-10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and imagine what you want. And at first, it's going to be very difficult. Same
Is
as
it
doing a push-up would be if
it,
you haven't been to the gym for a while.
is it supposed to look like like clear as a dream when you're sleeping? Because it's just paradox. It just doesn't make sense because
It
I
just has to
draw.
be
I
clear
can
enough for you
draw.
to see it and be able to feel it. It just has to be clear. Like everyone's different. Some people see it very vividly. Other people, and it depends on whether you're like visual, kinesthetic, or auditory. So
I'm very visual and I make art and draw, but it just doesn't
yeah,
seem
again,
very.
it's just something that you might have to work on.
Mm,
The same way that if you saw someone and they couldn't do a push up, you'd be like, well, you got to lift the weights and do that. So, well, I just can't do it. It's like, well, if you do the weights, you'll eventually
yeah,
be able to do it. So it's just that kind of situation.
yeah.
It's the same way as if you can't speak a language and you're just like, oh, I just can't speak French. It's like, well,
Mm.
you probably need to practice. And it's like,
Yeah,
well, no, I can't speak French. Buy the app, Duolingo, work on it, and then you'll be able to do it.
yeah,
It's the same kind of thing.
yeah.
Amazing.
Um,
Yeah. Did you have a
yeah.
question on the back of that?
Um, so I'm not in a very healthy environment. Like, um, I live with people that have caused trauma, that is the source of my trauma, and like I'm trying to heal in that environment and
Hmm.
progress and become independent. And it's
There's a thing that I like.
how do I
Yeah,
protect my energy? And I don't know, this is a bit of a big question for this session, but
I know, and I
you don't have to
appreciate
go
you.
into it. But
Yeah, I appreciate you coming and being so open and honest, Brian. That's first thing. So thank you so much for that.
yeah.
There's this saying I love, and it's wherever I go, there I am. And
Mm,
everyone has this idea of when I move out, then I'll become kind. When I get the job, I'll work hard. When this happens, we have to first become too big for where we are, too powerful, too strong, or whatever it is that we need to be.
mm,
So, in this environment, it would be a good idea maybe for you to ask yourself, who do I need to become to get out of here?
mm,
Where do I want to go? Who do I need to become to get there? And you might have in your mind an idea of an apartment that you're in by yourself. Maybe that comes to you as the thing that you want most of all, is a place that you can call your own, where it feels safe, it feels energetically brilliant, and visualize, see that. Then
mm.
ask yourself, who do I need to become to do that? Maybe you need to earn some more money so you can pay for it. Maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to become stronger, stand up for your things.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that comes to you, I would be just focused on that. What is it that I want? Who do I need to become to get it? For you and
Mm,
where you're at right now, I think those would be the two most important things.
mm.
How's that
Okay.
sitting with you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is hard when you're in those situations too. I
Yeah.
can tell you when I had chronic fatigue syndrome and I'm waking up and I can't move my legs and I'm trying to visualize that I'm working 40 hours a week and going for a run on a Friday, it was hard. It was difficult.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
very challenging. But I was sitting there, and basically what I was doing is subconscious mind, this is what I want you to accept. This is the
Mm,
reality I am going to live. I want you to move your energy towards that. I want you to heal my body. I want my body to feel fantastic. I want to learn what foods make me feel good. I want to learn what's going to happen. And all those things eventually became my reality. Not
mm,
because I sat there and visualized and saw it, but because I saw it and felt towards it and asked for guidance. What do I need to do? What do I
mm,
need to do this? And
mm,
also, I had an awesome coach at the time that helped me through all those
true.
challenges because I had many calls with her where I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. She's like, say that again. I'm not, I can't do it. She's like, well, say that one more time. And I sat there and I'm like, oh, I'm convincing myself and my subconscious I can't have what I want, aren't I? She's like, yeah.
True.
What do you think's going to happen if you keep that energy? I'm like, I'm probably going to stay in bed. She's like, do you want to be in bed? No. Okay. So how do you need to think and feel to get out of bed? And it's a challenge. I need to think that I can get out of bed. Yeah, perfect. What else? I need to think about what it's going to feel like when I do have energy. I need to think about what I can do. Yes, perfect. And that's
True.
how it works.
I see. That's a good point. Two more questions very quickly.
Hmm.
How do you sort of move forward when
Have an
you have
image that
when
pulls
you
me
have so
forward.
much weight on you?
Yeah, so there's two elements to that. I always like to think of it this way. You have something in front of you that's pulling you forward. That's your dreams, that's your ambition. And the more that you connect to it, the more it lifts you up because the bigger it gets and the more it pulls you forward. The
Mm,
second thing is for me, it's like forgiving and letting go of what's in the past. But
mm,
I think a lot of people focus on not the first one. They focus on what's going on in the past and what's happened beforehand. And even when you heal a lot of those things, if you don't know what it's going to look like healing yourself and what you're going to go towards, it doesn't help as much.
I
Uh,
see.
And what I mean by that is, what is it going to look like once you have let it go?
Mm.
Who
So
are you?
visualization.
Yeah, what's it going to
Yeah.
look like? It's like people say, I'm working on forgiving myself. And my first question is, what will that look like and how will you know that you've done it? And a
Mm,
lot of people have no answer for that. And so what happens is they're constantly working on forgiving themselves and they're just stuck in the loop. Why? Because they
mm,
don't know. It's like they're running around a ring and they don't know where the exit is.
I see.
You have
Okay.
you have to when you say, "Oh yeah, I want to get healthy." How will you know when you're healthy?
Mm.
If you want to feel
Clear vision, clear
yeah, and
goal.
it just has to be you. I don't like no one else has to know you, but you sure as hell need to know what it's going to look like.
Yeah. Yep.
Otherwise, you're not going to know what decisions to make.
Yep.
Because when I decided what my health was going to look like, my body, I was then there's all these unseen things that happen in your subconscious mind that suddenly my body was like, okay, I'm focusing on what's going to make me healthy, not complaining. I'm going to focus
Mm,
on what's going to move me forward and give me energy rather than what's zapping it.
I
So
see.
it's just the shift, and then suddenly the energy within you moves towards it.
I see.
I'd give you a better description, but that,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, that was fantastic. Thank you
no
so
worries,
much.
no
Just
worries, Mara.
one last question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would like to reach out to you
Mhm.
on Meetup, but because I'm using the free version, I can't message you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If you're
Y-
using a free version, you can't message people. Is that
No.
true?
Well, that seems like for
Okay,
me, yeah.
I'll send you a message on Meetup and then hopefully
Then I can respond to you that way. Yep.
yep, perfect. I'll do
Thank
that.
you.
No
Thank
worries,
you so
Mariah.
much.
No worries. Next, thanks for sharing, Mariah. Next up we have Rose and then we have Hazel. Rose, do you have a question, a takeaway, or an insight you'd like to share?
Hi, David, and hi, everyone. I just want to say, I also just want to start by saying, yeah, I love your story about how you've manifested your partner. I think that's really inspiring, and yeah, I wanted to wish you the best for your wedding this one next weekend, I'm guessing coming weekend. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Oh, thank you, Rose. Yeah, it's funny because my partner and I both around the same time decided we were done with all the stuff that we were doing and both were doing the same things at the same time. So we both call each other, we both manifested each other.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's and I do want to put this in. It wasn't, hey, happy days, did all the work, then met my partner, and that was job done. We've been together for 3 years now, and we're getting married. So we've had to get engaged, had to figure out how to provide, earn money, communicate, overcome challenges. Even when you achieve your goal, even if you got the money that you want, now you've got the challenge of investing it and looking after it and being responsible with it. So even when you achieve the goal, it's not the end. It's like that saying, go as far as you can see, and you'll see how much further you've got to go. And so I do want to say that it's not like, oh, you get there and suddenly it's like, oh yeah, it's just on to the next thing. And but it's a beautiful journey. And I think loving that journey and enjoying that and finding ways to have fun on that, that's what makes it feel good and light. So I appreciate you sharing that and saying that, Rose.
Yeah, that's okay. Hopefully, yeah, sometime that might be my path.
It will be your path if you decide and you commit to
Well,
it.
I have other goals I have to do right
Well,
now.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like you might have that. Like, when I first decided, yeah, I want a partner, I wrote a description of my ideal partner and I was like, would that person be attracted to me as I am right now? And my
Mm,
answer was no. I was like, well,
yeah.
that's upsetting. I was like, well, if I did want to have that person, who would I need to become? And I was like, okay, I'll work on that. So that's really what it is. So if you do want that kind of relation, make a written description of what it is, the kind of relationship you want, then ask yourself, if I want that, who do I need to become? What do I need to work on that I want to be? And then
Yeah.
just start
Mm,
ticking things off on it until you feel that you've ticked them off and you're ready. And then when you feel ready, that's when it happens.
mm, yeah. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at, trying to work on myself and set other things, um, yeah, get other things in place in my life
And
to
remind yourself that's why you're doing it too, though.
mm,
Like with each thing I was doing, remind yourself you always want to try and find the furthest point that you're trying to reach that's the most meaningful to you. It's very easy to be like, I want the relationship, so I'm going to focus on earning money. And then you focus on earning money and it's all you think about. But when you think of it, it's like, no, I'm earning money right now so I can be a great, in this position so I can attract my future partner. Or I'm working on my health because I want to get to this position where I can attract my ideal partner. Whatever it is. So keep the thing that you really want the most as the furthest thing and remind yourself all the things you're doing are to get there.
yeah. Yeah, that's really good actually. That's kind of clarified. I think I sort of like kind of thought that, but now that's really sort of crystallized that a bit. Yeah. No, that's
Mm.
really helpful.
And a
Mm.
lot of this stuff is just to give your mind a clear path of thinking. So it's like when this situation happens, I do this. When I'm feeling down, I think about my goal and how amazing it's going to feel to overcome this challenge. When I'm feeling energized and excited, I don't want to then go party. I want to focus on my goal. It's just giving your mind a pathway. Because the thing that I truly believe is that your mind is a useful servant. If you tell it what to do and you develop it and get it strong so it can tackle the challenges that need to be tackled to get to your goal. But it's a horrible boss if you just leave it in control and just follow every whim and thing that it tells you to do.
Mm. Mm.
I
Sure.
always remember this. I had an impulse like this was like 2 years ago. I have no idea where this came from, but it was like you should go kick that thing. I was like, that's a solid bar of steel. Why would I do that? I was like, my mind just wanted me to go. I was like, no, this is where my willpower. And like a minute later, I was like, that was stupid. Why did I want to do that? It's also another reason why I stopped drinking for 4 years because I was like, I'd have a few drinks. I'm like, let's jump that. That looks like a great idea. I'm like, so just finding ways to control your mind and you make it a useful servant. That's what all
Mm.
this work is to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Beautiful.
these sessions have been really, really good for that, I think. Mm.
Amazing. Glad to hear it, Rose. Thanks for sharing. And last but not least, we've got Hazel. Hazel, would you like to unmute yourself and share either a question,
Um,
takeaway, or an insight? Go for it.
yeah. First, I think I just want to say thank you. This is the first time that I attended this event. And I think it's helpful. It's also my first time to do meditation ever in my life. And yeah, it's good. I learned a lot today. I'm actually going through about something recently, and I started learning the inhale, exhale. And this is the first time that I learned that you actually have to hold it after exhaling. So I thought that's good as well. Um, so during the meditation earlier, this visualization that you're saying, I actually can't see anything. It's just dark. So I think that's the one that I have to practice. Yeah, and learn how to imagine. So I'm trying to imagine the ref, the fridge when you said to another person, like imagine the fridge. So I'm trying to do it. Still, I can't see it. No, I know that there's a fridge, but I can't. I know that it's silvered, but I can't see it.
Yeah, that's
So I
okay.
think.
That's okay. It's
So,
just a skill. It's just a skill, but it is a very important skill, Hazel. I remember reading Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, and one of his things that he said was the imagination is the most miraculous, most powerful, inconceivable force the world has ever known. Everything is created twice. It's created in the imagination first, and it's created in existence. If you look around you at everything around you, like this drink bottle, someone saw it in their mind. They had an idea. They wanted it to have a spill-proof sip cup. They wanted it to have a twisting on top. They saw it in their mind and then created it. And a lot of us, unfortunately, are just not being active creators. We're just letting life happen to us. But when you sit down and say, "This is what I want," and you start creating it, that's when you become a creator, not a consumer. That's when you become the creative force, not the disciple. And it's an invaluable skill to work at and to create. And you can
yeah.
start off with it small. For some people, thinking what they want could be very, very difficult. You can start off small by just, and this is for Mariah as well. You can start off by imagining, closing your eyes and going, "How do I want the rest of the night to go?" You can close your eyes and be like, "Okay, I'm having this problem with this person. How would I like to show up in the conversation? What would I see myself doing if I get flustered?" I take deep breaths. You know, every great athlete, that's what they do. When he throws the punch over here, I go under an uppercut and they can see it. So if you want to start small with the imagination, just close your eyes and be like, "What do I want the next hour to look like?" And just see yourself moving around.
Yeah, just the implementation. But anyway, yeah. Oh well, overall, yeah, I really like it. I had a lot of notes here, and yeah, I'll practice. Yeah, until such
Perfect.
time that I see something.
Yeah.
But
And if you want
yeah,
to join the WhatsApp group, any of you, you can, and you can, yeah, there's a link in the WhatsApp group to the previous calls and stuff. So they're all on YouTube if you want to go watch more of the videos. Lots of different topics: forgiving yourself, forgiving the universe, confidence, everything. So if you want to go do more meditations like this, you can go onto the YouTube channel and just do any of them. They're all there. All the sessions are recorded and up there.
thank you.
No worries, Hazel.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well, I'm just looking at what time. We've gone pretty late. Thank you guys for sticking around. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, got something out of it. Uh, and yeah, I will see you guys again next Monday. And then I will be a husband. Fingers crossed.
And you won't be on your honeymoon?
Nah, we'll go. Em's got, I didn't manifest this, but Em's got end of financial stuff that she's doing for her work. So after July we can go away. So I think the plan is to go for a week to Fiji, and we're just gonna sit on in a resort and do nothing. All I want is a gym and a place to meditate, so I can work out first thing every morning and then go meditate, and then the rest of the day I'm just gonna be a lazy tourist, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to
Oh,
it.
hope the wedding all goes well.
Oh, thank you. M's in
Yeah.
project management, so I'll tell you what, we've got a very specific spreadsheet. Not gonna lie, I manifest. I want someone who's very organized because I feel like I'm more of the yeah, let's just fly by the seat of our pants. I need someone who's like also organized. So it has been rubbing off on me. I've stepped in and become very organized with this and very decisive with the wedding. So it's been a great training ground for proving I'm going to be a great husband in the future with life decisions. So.
I'm not
uh,
sure anyone could organise me.
I think the only person who can organize you, Andrew, is the person you see in the mirror when you go into the bathroom.
They can't.
Well, as Homer Simpson would say, well, not with that attitude. I love that. I always say that to people when they say, "Oh, yeah, it can't be done." Well, not with that attitude. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a
I'm just
good
being
one,
realistic, and
and I'll see you all
I'm being
next
realistic and
Monday.
funny.
So that'll be good. All right,
Yeah.
guys. See ya.
Bye.